We are back. We are back. Let's see here. Let me come out of this live on my computer
Yeah.
and
I
go
was
to
cut
another.
off at mid sentence because
Yes.
my phone overheated. And
But
it's
are
not
you at,
even that hot out here.
is it charged up? Are you charging it right now?
No.
It wasn't even being charged?
No. That's weird, wasn't
What?
it?
That is very weird.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
I
hold
turned up
on.
my AC. I don't know if you can hear me or the AC blowing.
I hear the AC a little bit, but it's not bad.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Just want to make sure that it doesn't overheat anymore before we
Okay.
finish our planning.
Yes. Yes. Well, we'll give it a couple minutes and let everybody get back in.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see where we left off. Do you remember what you were about to say though? For when people come back?
Uh,
Let
hmm.
me see. I think you were. Hold on. Let's see where we were. Mm, oh, if you're deciding to go on a girls trip, couples, family, or a solo trip, we were talking about.
Okay, hold on. Where you going?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was here. I'm on live.
Hmm.
With him.
All right, Cece, thanks for
Okay.
coming back. Hey, Glow.
See you
Uh,
later.
yes. When we get off here, guys, we have to go back and see if we can kind of recover that first part, that part one. But yes, we are back. Thanks so much for coming back,
Hey,
Cece, and Glow
Glow.
Glow
Hey,
for coming in.
Cece.
Yes. Oh, every time I see Glow, I laugh because I remember when they did, maybe it was their first. I don't know if it was their first live, and we were in a store and it was something I forgot. I think it was a toy or something, and it had Glow on there, and it was GLOW. It was so funny because Mia was like, "It says Glow." She was like, "We have a subscriber named Glow." I was cracking up. I was like, "How she
Oh,
remember the subscriber's name?" That was so funny to me.
remember. You know that girl will remember.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I like the video that you guys did with the Reese's Pieces
Oh yes,
with a chip. That's so
I
different.
see. I'm not, and I wasn't about to taste something like that. So I'm like, are y'all tasting like an actual like a soggy chip or a crispy chip? And they said it was
Mhm.
crispy, and I was like, well, let me hear it. Let me see, and I could hear.
And you
I was
heard
able to hear.
it.
Yes, I don't know what that's about. I said they're doing something everything up in here now.
That was
I
very
don't
funny.
know. Yes.
Hi, mm, Aditya. Welcome
Oh.
from India.
Yes. Thanks for coming all the way from India. Go
Yes.
ahead and subscribe to the channel and always feel free to come back and chat with us. Take a look at some of our shorts and our videos. We are happy to have you here. Thanks for joining Chicks and Chat.
Yes.
Yes. So, guys, we are just going to give people like a 1 or 2 more minutes because we had a part one of this video that we did, and we were kind of talking about planning a trip,
Mm-hmm.
choosing the location, choosing your date, planning your lodging, researching the location you're going to be at for different restaurants and things to do while you're there, and describing what kind of or focusing on making a decision on what type of travel you are doing. That's where we left off, whether it's going to be a girls trip, a couples trip, a solo trip, company trip, whatever kind of trip it is.
Oh
That's
yeah,
where we
we
left
did
off.
end off that way. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Dang it, I was saying something too. I really, really can't remember
You can't remember what you
what
were
I was
saying?
talking about. No.
Yes, Indian girls are really beautiful and have good hair quality too. Hmm. Okay, so now we're gonna go right into like focusing. Okay, can you think about what you were gonna be saying about deciding if you're gonna do a girls trip, a family trip, a solo trip?
Oh, you know what I was talking about?
What? That was good memory. What?
When we were researching to find out what is in the just researching, and I
Yeah.
was going to talk about Uber
Oh yeah, yeah.
and stuff
Okay.
like yes. So
Okay.
I was
So
saying that we found out that there was Uber, but there
hmm
weren't Lyft. So if you think you're
right.
going to take a
Hmm.
taxi,
Yes.
Make sure you research what kind of ride share programs that there is out there, because they can
Yes.
be very beneficial outside
Hmm.
of taking a regular local taxi. Because what
Yes.
happened to you, Kim, when you tried to take a taxi?
I was just about to tell you to tell that so I can go ahead and share the live, get people back in here. Go ahead and tell them that whole incident.
So yeah, so we wanted to go when we was going to a spa. It was like maybe 7 minutes away from where we were staying, our hotel. And we
Yes.
went downstairs. We're like, you know what? We don't need the car. They'll just meet us there. We can just hop in the Uber, or we can just hop in the taxi and meet them there. So we went to the
Yes.
front, and the valet guy was there and was like, oh, we need a taxi, please. He was like,
Hmm.
okay. And then there was another guy, a taxi cab guy, that was speaking to him. And he was like, oh, where you guys going? And we said, oh, we're going here. And he was like, okay, we'll take you. So he goes and gets his car. No, and I'm like,
Yes.
wait. How much is it?
Right.
Because in the back of my head, I already know I need to ask that up front,
Right.
right? So then
Yes.
he's like, okay, $17. And I'm like, So he just said $17 and runs
Because I
off to
think
get
we
the
were like
car.
7 minutes away, right? Wherever it was, we
Yes,
were like 7 minutes away.
7 minutes away, literally. We could probably had walked, if we
Yes.
knew the area, if we grew up in
Right.
the area. So he ran and got his taxi cab, then came back. Before he came back, I was like, wait, $17? I made a face. And Kim was like,
Yeah.
yeah, $17.
Right.
And I was like, that's a little much for 7 minutes away. I'm thinking
Right.
maybe it's right there, so it's about like $7, maybe $10 the max,
Right.
And I'm like, okay, fine, we'll give him $10, whatever. So then we look up, we asked the guy, do you guys have Uber out here or Lyft? He said, no, just Uber. So
Yeah.
Kim didn't have Uber, I had Uber, you had Lyft.
Yeah. I had Lyft
So
app. You
make sure
had
you put
Uber app.
download whatever they have in the area. So
Yes.
we pulled up Uber and I put the address in. Tell me why it said $7 and something cents to go
Yes.
to that location, that the
Yes.
guy told us that it was 17 whole
Yes.
dollars to get to.
Right.
So it's
Literally
like,
gonna charge
okay,
us
I know you
triple
want
the
to make
amount.
a profit,
Right.
but not even double it.
Right. Exactly. And he
$17.
was so upset when we told him that we got the about when we said that's okay. When we even mentioned we were calling Uber, he immediately got attitude. So he already knew what he was doing. He slammed the door shut because he had opened the door for us. Like, yes, get in the van. I think it was like a minivan. I forgot what it was. Get in
Yes,
here. We'll open the door for you. When we told him we were calling Uber, he slammed that door back, got in that car, and
didn't even say
bagged up.
nothing to us. Nothing.
No, no.
So we knew that you was trying to get over on us.
Right. Exactly.
So watch out for those people.
Right. Watch out for
That
them
was
because they
funny.
are out there. They are out there. And he was standing right outside the hotel waiting to get somebody. Waiting to get somebody. He was ready.
Yes, and we were not desperate to go seven
No,
minutes away to
no.
pay
I forgot
$17.
where we were going. Oh, to the spa.
Yeah, to the spot.
That was to the
So
spa.
I try to do that a lot. Like if I'm taking a regular taxi, I'm like, okay, let me see what Uber will say, because
Right.
usually Uber, is really like consistent with it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's something. Okay, so next we talked about focusing on what we want to do, like for the nightlife, for the museums, excursions, hanging out with the locals. You got to really decide like what is it you're going to do. Are you going to just turn up, or are you going for relaxation, or are you
Yes.
going? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Because the spa, those are things that you would put into the relaxation vacation.
Hmm.
So those type of things that don't
Right.
ask for too much of you, of
Right.
moving around, or of energy, of planning. Just going out, relaxing, laying on the
Yes.
beach, maybe something easy. So those things you definitely have. If you're going out with a group, let's say
Yeah.
you're going out with a group
Yes.
of girls, guys, whatever,
Yes.
have those conversations beforehand.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And even what was I about to say about the restaurants, even with the restaurants, decide on whatever you plan on doing, decide on what kind of foods are you going there for because some things might be culture based. Like if it's some kind of island, you might want that kind of island food. Somewhere else you might just want a nice restaurant, a nice restaurant with some good food. Some places you might want some it might be even some fast food because it was funny because I was talking to this about this to someone when I went to Florida one time, it's not even about always like Florida doesn't have like a culture of food that I know about. So literally, I was like Freddy's, and Freddy's is a burger joint or so ice cream joint or something like that, and I had never heard of it
Mhm.
before, but someone I was with knew about it, and they were like, they have the best burgers there or whatever. So I did want to taste it
Friendlies,
because Freddy's, I think it's called
friendlies.
Freddy's,
I don't know.
Freddy's, Freddy's.
Oh, okay.
Freddie. So yeah, they're supposed to be known for that. So at that point, I was like, well, let me see what they have or whatever, and they were good. And so now when I go other places, I will like decide to eat there. They have veggie burgers there or whatever. I will decide there. But if I go to an island or something like that, if I'm going to like Jamaica, I want jerk everything, like jerk shrimp,
Really?
jerk fish. Like I just want that type of food. I think if I go anywhere, when I went to Mexico, I kind of, even though I didn't get any good Mexican food that I like, but I still wanted, Mexican food when I went there.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Like
yeah.
when we went to Puerto Rico, I wanted some Puerto Rican food. Like I've had Puerto Rican food before because, I've had it in New York. Did I Virginia. So I love Caribbean food, period. So I wanted to see what it tastes like because it's always different when you go to that specific island or to where it originated to eat
Hmm.
because
It
the
is.
flavors are natural.
Hmm.
They're the real flavors. So I
Hmm.
wanted to try that.
Yeah, that's how I found out I don't like authentic Mexican food because I
Hmm.
knew that they had to have the Mexican food there. But when I tasted it, it was like I'm just not used to this. I think my palate is I like Mexican food that we attempt to make, but my palate is like with the seasonings and all that, and Mexican food is not overly seasoned like that. It's like much more
Oh.
bland. It seemed
Mhm.
to be so bland. All the ingredients were there, but it seemed to be really bland. So I said, okay, obviously I like Americanized Mexican
I
food.
didn't know
I didn't
that.
like I didn't like the
That's
authentic
different.
food there. Hmm.
Okay. Like,
Yes.
I've been to the Philippines, and let me tell you, the Philippines had the best McDonald's food ever.
Because I heard they have a
Okay?
whole different menu there.
Yes, a whole different menu, and that's one reason that if I go out of internationally, I don't mind trying the fast food if it's late at night and everything
Hmm.
is closed, and you just
Hmm.
want to get something quick.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to be like, okay, let me see what this my McDonald's is sitting on, because it's
Yeah.
definitely different than the
I
States
heard
McDonald's.
that. Now I'm not a
Okay,
McDonald's person. Only thing I can eat from McDonald's is the fish and the fries. I do that probably like 2 or 3 times a year. So I really don't care for it because obviously most of the stuff is burgers and I don't eat burgers or whatever. But what was different on the menu? What other than what we
so it's
normally
like
have?
different flavors, like like the chicken sandwich was flavored differently, and
Oh,
it was
okay,
like hot and fresh. Like they didn't cook the
okay.
food beforehand, like had it waiting,
Like
whatever.
made to
They
order.
cooked it as soon as you came in and you ordered, and you have to wait to get it,
Oh,
and it was
okay,
hot and fresh because they don't, like, in internationally, you don't want to waste all this money in the restaurants,
right.
cooking food and letting it sit. Here
Yeah,
we like to waste a little bit, so
yeah,
that's the
right.
difference.
Okay, but
The
did they have
flavors were
different menu
different, the
items?
ingredients, they did have different menu items. I can't think about
Yeah,
them right now because it was a little
yeah,
while ago,
yeah.
but like specific things that they make a lot in the area, maybe like some the flavors, maybe
Hmm.
not. I don't think they have an adobo or whatever, but it was
Hmm.
different. It was
Okay.
different.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's see. So we talked about
What else we
the
talking
reasons.
about?
Huh?
So yeah, we were talking about what to do there when you do the research, the nightlife. If you're doing
Hmm.
excursions,
Yes.
Google those excursions to make sure that you
Yes.
want to do it. How about pricing?
And the pricing, making sure that you get the final price on it. Sometimes things can be added. You want to look at what the menu or pricing of different experiences are because, that might be the difference in what you thought it was and what it really is. And also
Right,
making sure you do that ahead of time because excuse me, sometimes they really do have a timeline. They only have like so many spots at a certain time, and at a 9 o'clock spot, they may only have 5 people that can do it, or 10 people who can do it. So you want to make sure that you are locking those excursions in beforehand, so that you won't have a problem when you get there, and don't have to try to plan something else to do in the place of it at the last minute because
yeah,
those
or
things
sitting
weren't
to the
taken care
side
of.
and not being able to participate, with your group.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep
Hmm.
those things in mind. Tickets go fast.
Hey,
You know,
Tanya.
hey, beautifully healed.
Yes.
Tickets go
Yes.
fast. Times are booked up. So
Right.
if you go into a group, make sure that whatever you're planning and booking, you do it at the
Mhm.
same time.
Right.
You
Okay.
know,
Yes. Okay. And then so we also had that if you had a theme, if you have like colors or outfits, plan those early. Like
I
I'm like a
love
theme.
these.
I'm a theme-based person. Like literally, if I go somewhere, I can be like, okay, Monday we doing this, Tuesday we doing like I will theme something out. Like whenever I travel, it's always a thing. Like my family already know, like, okay, what is it we gotta get? What is it they already know what's coming up because I love
Yes.
things. Because I'm very big on pictures and memories and locking in those special times. And it's always cute to have like some kind of theme with it, whether it's gonna be I mean it could be any it could be with color, it could be with the time of year, a holiday, whatever it is. I'm a very theme based person when it comes to travel. So if you are traveling with someone, try to get that information together, what you need for whatever reason. If it's going to be at a specific restaurant, if it's going to be at a specific place, if you plan on doing that, try to get that all written out and decided on so that you'll do that ahead of time. Thanks for being. Oh, thank you, Taya. I had a ball doing it, and we ended up having a ball too. We absolutely ended up
Yes,
having
she
a
was
ball.
a great
Yes.
planner. We
Yes.
had so many things on our Puerto Rican itinerary,
Yes.
okay, that we had to scratch some things off. And it's always better to have a lot of things planned than nothing planned at all.
Right.
Because you're going to get to your vacation and you're going to sit around like, okay,
Right.
what we're
What we
going to do
doing?
again? And
Right.
that's a lot of time
Wasted.
or missed, wasted.
Yes. And
Yes.
Tanya, but I want to tell Tanya she was such a good sport in the planning though, because whatever it was, she
Yes, she
was
was.
willing to help decide what we should, when we finalize the decisions, and she was with it. She's like, I don't care, I'll wait. I was like, yes, my kind of person, just do all the stuff I want to do, and so that was really
Yes.
fun.
And it was her
Yes.
birthday, and she just, let it all like go. Like, you guys can
Yes.
plan as long
Yeah.
as it's fun and I'm down with it. I'm willing to spend whatever. But of
Right.
course, you have to be mindful of what you're spending for the group.
For the group.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that conversation needs to happen before you pick
Hmm.
and choose who you're traveling with, so
Right.
you can know what their budget is and what you
Right.
can and cannot do. Yeah, you
Exactly.
gonna learn
Hey,
today.
you gonna learn
Yes, you
today?
trying to
Thanks for
teach
coming to
today.
the
You gonna
chat.
learn today. Hey,
Yes.
girl.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in.
Yes.
Tyson said, where we going? And I know where we going. I know that's right. Let's see. Hi,
Yes.
beautiful. Together. Yes, everyone who's in the chat, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But yes, Taya. So yes, do you want to do like a quick recap? Because we think we lost part one of our video, y'all. Thread's phone overheated. So you want to do like a quick recap to go back to what we with what we discussed before or
Yeah, so we were basically talking about, because I know you guys travel, we all travel, but we wanted to have this conversation on tips and tricks, on do's and not to do's,
Mhm.
about traveling either with yourself, family, groups, things you need to keep in mind before
Yes.
planning a trip. So we
Yes.
talked about location. We
Hmm.
talked about making sure that you all pick a location. If you need passport, if you don't, what kind of documents you need for that location. We talked
Hmm.
about the time and the dates, not the time, but the date, the season, to make sure it's not
Yes.
hurricane season,
Hmm.
a lot of raining, flooding, stuff like that. We talked about lodging. Where you going to
Lodging, yes.
stay? Are you going to pick an Airbnb, hotel?
Hmm. Or
I'm happy
resort.
to tell you. Thank you.
Yes, well, happy probably caught you live. Thanks so much for your learning today. I'm so happy to have you in the chat.
Yes, getting in
And
my
Glow, yeah,
clothes.
Tanya's ready. She ready. And we also talked about deciding what the focus is going to be, whether it's going to be a girls' trip, a family trip, a solo trip, a work trip, because you can literally be traveling on, a lot of different circumstances, whatever. It's not always pleasure. That's why they ask you. A lot of times, if you call to book your flights, they'll ask you, is this business or is it pleasure? So, yes, you want to make sure you know which arena that you're traveling in because it helps you to decide what you're going to do when you get there.
Yeah, and another thing we talked about was, how do you find out what to do in that specific country or place you're going to? We talked
Yes.
about going on TikToks, looking at different TikToks. We talked about YouTubes, where a lot of different content creators are putting their travels on social media. So they
Yes,
tell you the real deal about
right.
what you can do and what not to do when you go to those places.
And Kiki stepped in and gave us another suggestion on the video that we may have lost. I'm not sure, but Kiki came in and she told us that Facebook groups are good for this. Like we never thought about that. So I'm like, when of course when I get off of here, I'm gonna go right into it to see what that's
I
like.
know you
But
are.
she said there are some Facebook groups that will tell you some good you'll give you some good resources on what to do in different places you go to as well.
Yeah.
And then we
Things you
talked.
gonna learn today.
Yeah, what did she say? Let's see. Great
It's a
ideas.
great
Thank
idea.
you. Yes, and what else did we talked about the nightlife, about being safe if you're gonna be alone
Yes.
when you're planning the things, if it's for a couple, you want to do some things that may be more romantic on a more romantic, like some maybe late night dinners or dinners on the beach or things like that. If it's friends, it might be more like a little turn up thing. If for relaxation, you might want to do some spa treatments and some kind of mental relaxation activities, things like that. If with your family, is going to be planning some things that you can do, like to create memories and really utilize the time you have together, in one space because life is so busy in itself. What else did we talk about? We had okay, and I think we ended here on the themes and making sure that if you're planning and if you have themes involved, make sure those themes are clear and what you're going to be doing, what you expect from everybody. So your pictures and videos will be cute. Like that's the key to it. You got to be on point, to have all that stuff come together. It's so much fun to
Memories,
do. Yes.
memories don't live like people do, y'all. They
Yeah.
don't. So make sure you get those memories. And one thing I
Yes.
want to say about themes and pre-planning themes, it could be a headache. Okay,
Yeah.
because you got to make sure you have the colors. You got to
Yeah.
make sure you have the sombrero or
Right.
whatever
Right.
hat or a bathing suit.
Right.
However, after you do all that, get the headache stuff out the way, and you get to your trip, that's the best thing ever is to pull out your colors
It
together.
is. It is. It is.
Yes, to wear
It
your
is.
outfits, to get to take those pictures, to get
Right.
those memories, to look at each other
Yes.
and be like, oh, we did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So things can be a headache, but it's definitely worth it.
Yes,
Okay?
and TikTok is full of things that you can do, full of things that you can coordinate and do together, and just they have a lot of things. You can learn today. Said there's plenty of travel groups on Facebook. Yes, I've never
Yeah, we're
thought to
going to check
go
them out.
to Facebook, probably because I'm not really on Facebook a lot, but I will go over there to figure that out. Usually, when I'm on Facebook, I'm literally stepping in to scroll for about 5 minutes, support the people that I see on there for the 5 minutes, and then I'm out of there. I just don't do Facebook a lot anymore.
Yeah, I
Just
haven't anymore either. I don't remember the last time I post something on Facebook that was like really about me, really personal. But
yeah,
yeah, I need to do better. Hey,
yes.
Abdul. Hey, guys. I see some
Abdullah.
people coming in. Don't forget to hit that like button, y'all. Because we want to
Yes,
share these tips with everyone. So hit the like button
right.
so everybody know that we're live. We're
And
back.
if you are not subscribed, subscribe. Let's see.
Yes.
So the next thing we want to talk about is making sure that we are on one accord to avoid miscommunication and any kind of disagreement. So like it
Yes.
doesn't matter if it's your family, a girl's trip, a solo work trip, or whatever. Most of the time, if you take the time out to plan some things before you go, that really helps with that. But you don't want it to be a miscommunication. So it seems like okay, if you plan on just going to a trip, you just catch a flight. But if you're going with anybody besides yourself, I don't care, even if it's your significant other, you should really be talking about what you plan on doing on the trip so that everybody is in agreement. And the littlest thing could be a disagreement. The littlest thing could be miscommunicated. Okay, I thought we were staying in the Airbnb. I didn't know we were going to a hotel. I thought we were going to be renting a car. I didn't know we were
Well,
going to
that's a
be.
big thing. Those are big things.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Those are big things, but it might seem
Those
little. Like you don't have to
things.
discuss that before. Like it's just obvious, but they are not. It's little before
That's
you do
true.
it, but it can be a big thing once you get to it. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. So definitely discuss those things. Discuss what we're going to eat. Are we going to a restaurant today, or we're just going to grab something on our own? Like, what are we going to do?
Right.
Make sure you talk about that. Make sure you talk about going to restaurants. If you're going
Yeah.
with a group, who
Okay.
is paying? Like, how are we splitting
Yes.
this bill? Because a lot of
Right.
restaurants nowadays are not splitting the bills.
No, they're
Everybody's not
not.
getting a check. That's a
No.
lot of work on them.
Let's talk about that bill because when you go out of town, like if you're with your family, whether you're with a group, I say when you're with a group, that bill can be hefty. But what I loved about referencing, our last trip because we had that trip together or whatever, was I love the way there was no anything about the bill. We literally set the stage. The first restaurant said we'll be splitting the bill, and it ended up being really nice. I like doing that. What I really liked about it is that no matter what people order, it gave us the opportunity to taste different things.
Right.
We weren't just stuck with we ordered this one thing and we didn't get a chance to taste other things. We had other people with us that ordered different things, and so we were able to taste things, and that was nice for a place like Puerto Rico because that is a culture based place to where there are some foods that are prepared based on the culture that we might not get a chance to get when we live where we live, and so that was a nice opportunity to do that. I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, Kim likes to get the Moscow mules
Yeah,
and the appetizers. I'm just joking. I like to get the
I
Moscow mules.
know. Serena's the Moscow Mule. She's a Moscow Mule, but
Yes.
I like to get them with her. I like to get them with her. I can't say that. Yes,
Yeah, so definitely know what you're paying. Make sure it's in your budget and speak up. Okay,
yes,
if you're
yes,
going with the rules, speak up and let them know. Communicate. Communication is the best thing because
yes.
when you're going for a trip, you want to have fun. You don't want to be arguing and talk about things that it's going to waste time.
Yeah,
Okay, so communicate.
right. You know,
Another thing is with the itineraries when you're putting things on what to do, what you're gonna do, activities. Make sure I don't know if I mentioned that before. Make sure it's a lot of different things because you might get there and it's probably raining and you're not gonna be able to do what you had
right. Yeah, there's
on
outdoor
day
things,
one.
right?
Yes,
Mm.
and you may have to switch it around or you may have to change it. And I'm telling you, once you travel, you get on that plane and it's a lot of hours. There are some things that you're gonna be like, nah, we're not doing that tonight.
Right, right, yeah.
Oh,
Right, right.
I'm gonna see
Yeah,
y'all tomorrow.
right, right.
Because
Depending on what
you
time you make it
tired.
there.
Yes,
Yeah,
ATV wear you out.
yeah,
Some
they
things that
do.
wears you out. So make sure you have a lot of different activities where you can really pick and choose and mix them around to
Right.
get to have the fun that you want.
And also, I wanted to bring up sometimes it really matters when you're thinking about, let's say, wait, the bill can make people not care.
Girl,
But right. If you
it surely
I ain't
can.
drama. Yes, the
Okay,
bill that was a whole
people don't.
different line. What was I about to say? Being worried about the let me see. I was saying when you planning to do the things, make
Make sure you
sure
want to do it.
yeah, what you said, but I was gonna say when you're planning the things. What was I about to say, y'all? When you're planning the things, make sure the day of the week that you choose to do it. Because if you choose, say if you choose a nightlife, they may have nothing going on the Tuesday, and you're there
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and then you
Mhm.
go there and it's like, what is going on? Because on TikTok you saw it happening on a Saturday. So
Right,
make
and you think
sure
it's
you
going to happen still on
like that,
Friday? No,
right?
it may
So
not.
right. So make sure, and then another thing, you might have things on there for say it's a restaurant or some type of place to do some kind of class. You may put it on your schedule for Mondays, but they might not even be open on Mondays. So
Right,
you got to make sure they're open. You got to make sure that when you schedule it on the time, don't schedule it in the morning because or I mean, you can't schedule it in the morning if they're open, but what if they don't open until like 4 o'clock? So make sure you know the
right.
dates and times and when things are actually happening in that place before you actually plan to do that on that date and time that you put on your itinerary. Make sure that's going together with that.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt when you're planning to call up the place, especially if it's not in the state that you're in,
Yeah.
or even in the same country. Call up there,
Mhm.
speak to people, make sure that they're real people, because
Right.
some things may be scams,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And make sure that's
Absolutely.
it's a real actual activity that you can do, and when
Right.
you get there, it's not going to be an empty lot. Okay,
Right. And that's why the
so be
TikToks and things
diligent on
like that are good at looking up places like that because literally in the TikToks, you can, if you have a place in mind, you can put that in there and it may be like 10 different content creators who've done content about that
that.
place. So that's good to get those live reviews to make sure that's a real place, like you said.
Yes, yes. Mhm.
Yes.
I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it all too. Anybody have any
Yeah.
questions or want to add anything else to the
Yeah,
conversation?
what did we miss?
Did we miss anything? We talked about transportation. We talked about the lodge. I think we
Yeah.
covered just about everything.
You're
You can
gonna
learn the
learn
same
today says definitely be aware of scams. There are scams everywhere. Yes, everywhere.
everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay.
And if you
Yeah.
gonna learn today, I think that we're even gonna have a live about scams because it is just so pitiful. Like we need to be talking to each other about different scams because people experience different scams that they never thought that they would have had to endure, and other people have never heard of the scam. So we should come back like maybe this weekend or so and talk about scams and have people come in the chat and tell us what have you experience? Like, what has your because everybody's experienced it either on the phone or trying to get a place to stay or trying to get a car or try to do anything. Like literally, have scams for everything. I ordered at a restaurant before. I'm just ordering. I go to pick it up. That restaurant is closed. It took my money, everything else. I had to dispute that with my credit card because it was a crab boil place. That wasn't a little bit of money. And they were actually closed down. I had to go there, show pictures that the place was closed down.
Yeah, those things happen, and that's sad. Like, it doesn't make you feel good at all losing your money, because you're naive about, it, but you didn't know. I went through a scam with when I was investing, but yeah, that's another story. But
Yeah.
man, I was so mad.
Right. It is crazy. That's why I think we need to share. We need to share, be willing to share those stories because people just don't know.
Right.
They just
Charmy
don't
now
know.
says, "Hey girl, hey. So y'all, y'all are expert planners. So basically, the ones that are not can't have hiccups. No trips will be perfect. The hopes of a good trip is always the goal. That definitely is the goal. The hope of
Yeah.
a good trip is always the goal. But
Yeah.
however, we wanted to come up here and talk about, the things that did go right. Even the things
Yeah.
that didn't go right, just for future planning.
Yeah.
Everybody's planning is the season, not planning. Everybody's planning to travel because this is
Yeah.
the season. So, this would be a good life to share on things that, everybody experiences, things that you
Yeah.
can do that are good so you can
Hmm.
avoid the hiccups.
Right. I
So,
think
not
that it's all it
experts
can
yet, but
no,
hopefully
not
I plan
expert.
to be.
No, no. But the thing about it is that all you can do is plan for the best. That's what this is about. Planning a trip.
Pre-planning.
So
Yeah,
the weather can take you out. Like we said, a place could close down. It could always be hiccups that are out of your control. But the planning of the trip, just making sure that you do the best you can and planning, because then you don't have to get there and try to plan the trip. You can do that before you start, and then that'll make it easier to deal with the hiccups because as long as you have a
definitely.
foundation, you can just, improvise for the hiccups.
Yeah, yeah. Um, That will be a great topic. Yes, you're going to learn
Yes.
today. So hopefully
You,
you'll get to join with us to speak on those and anybody else that have any scam experiences, unfortunately.
yeah.
Great tips. Thank you. And just one thing
Yes.
stuck out to me. Which one was that?
Yes.
Which part?
Yes.
The themes? Which one?
Yeah. Yes, but we were gonna wait for Rita to write that in there. But yeah, you go learn today. I hope that you're able to come in there because another thing with those scams is that literally I have to tell my mother, stay off the phone. Like stay off the phone, Ma. You don't know if these people are real. They cannot, you don't know who might come knocking at your door. She'll tell me people came to her door. Ma, you can't go to a door. Like this is the day and time you
Right.
cannot go to a door. If you have not heard from
You
me,
need to get her a ring system or something.
yeah, she does need a ring. Well, I just told her to stay away from the door. Like, don't worry about the door. I don't go to
Okay,
my
but
door.
she's still going there, Kim. She has to
No,
open the
after I
door if
no,
there's
she
an
knows not
emergency or
to.
something.
No, I told her don't go to the door. She knows not to go to the door because that's what I do. I don't go to the door. Like literally, my daughter, my grandkids are here, and my daughter, they can see her through the window, and before they open the door, they're gonna come tell me that my mom's at the door. They know not to open the door for anybody at all. So we just don't open no doors. We don't open doors around here.
Okay.
You ain't called and said you was coming over here. You ain't getting in here.
Oh
We
my
I need
gosh.
I need to know that you're coming.
Hey,
Let's
shake
see.
'em up, girl. We had a whole part one live on this planning thing, and guess what? My phone just shut down because it was overheated. Okay.
Yes. Hey, shake 'em up. Gina
Hey,
said, Mick, I called you 6 months ago.
I was work.
She probably
Okay.
exaggerated. Okay, let's see. Tanya said, my thing with scams is if someone sounds too good to be true. It likely is. Yeah, that's because they will call you and offer you the world. And I'm looking like, click.
Yeah.
They get their voice together. By the time they say the third word, I'm clicking because normally I don't even answer my phone. That's probably on a mistake, or if I'm expecting for somebody to call me back, I'm like, dang, this should be them, and I answer. But as soon as they start, I had one this morning. I was making the kids breakfast. They started telling me about their call. I'm like, okay, y'all don't even like your tone of voice calling my name. I don't know who you are, and I just hang up the phone.
Oh, really? Yep. Then they act like they know you.
Yeah, yeah, that's what she was. She was like, "Is this Kim?"
Okay.
Like, I know anybody calling me just saying, "Is this Kim?" Like, nah, it's not Kim. Goodbye. How about that? You can learn this and try my grandmother and my mother with those phones. Drive you crazy. Yes,
That's what she's trying to do.
yes. Let's see. Yeah, that's the thing about. But you know what? Let me tell you about the when you go somewhere. Okay, y'all have a good day. Okay, you too. Try me now. The thing about when you get a call, sometimes some hotels really do, or resorts, they really do. You have to know it, and probably I know the ones that I know, like about the Hilton. I know about the different ones, the Marriotts and stuff like that. They will have the different specials, and they do sound too good to be true. That's true. But if you know
Mhm.
about it, or if you researched it, you can find out if they're good or whatever. Because there are a lot of scams in that, but if you're familiar with them, they're safe. But they sound too good to be true. They really are good. But some of them, you just have to have the background on them or know somebody
Yeah,
who
and you just have
actually,
to ask the right questions too.
yeah, yeah.
Like, do you
Because I
scam?
have, right, right, exactly. I have been scammed. I have definitely been scammed. So you have to just really know. So that's why I want to come back this weekend, y'all, and actually talk about like if y'all got a phone call that was whatever, or if y'all put in the app. Oh, wait, I'll say this story. My cousin had a crazy scam related. I ain't even gonna say. Remind me to tell the story
Yes,
about my
say that
cousin.
one. I remember.
You remember that one? I was
No,
like,
I
oh,
said
you remember
I
to tell me.
remember.
Okay, you
I
remember to tell
remember. So
me.
say
Okay,
that
remember to
one.
tell me. I'm going to tell you the scam about my cousin. That was, I was like, I know you are playing with me. These people are out here. It don't matter what avenue in life. I don't care if it's about your living situation, your driving situation, your socialization situation. These people are out here. And I
They
just
are
think that
professional
they
scammers.
are.
Professional.
It's a whole organization set up. They are.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
think they're all overseas. I think they're in the states everywhere. You are not going to indulge in anything that is not capable of a scam anymore. Those days are
Hmm.
over. They're over.
Right, Mika. Don't ask anybody about no job or employment online because
Right.
that's a target. They will
Yes.
definitely try to target you and scam you.
Yes. You can learn to say said I've heard of a lot of horror stories where people try to scam those looking for employment. So sad. You're gonna learn today. That's about my story about my cousin I have to have. What is today? Today is Thursday. We need to come back Saturday or Sunday and talk about
Okay,
that because
okay, we will.
it's like deep out here. I was like, you can't make a move no more. You cannot make a. You
Right,
really literally have to just sit still. Like, don't trust anybody you don't know. Don't trust them. Don't trust them.
exactly,
Or if you don't know somebody don't know who you know or something like that, don't trust them. Even in dating, it's a scam. Even in dating be
exactly.
scams. You cannot even date nobody before you find out that's a scam.
Nowadays, especially. Okay, Charmy. Now you have a good day as well. See you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Right.
So that's gonna be another conversation. Scams.
Yeah, yeah.
So come up with all your scams if you had
Right.
any, or things
Yeah.
that a friend has, so we can look out for those
Right, so
scammers.
we can look out and help each other in that way because it could be the smallest thing. And just like the one that I'm going to tell you guys about, I that was my own cousin. I was like, you got to be kidding me, and I just would have never thought about that. So like the thing that you probably just brushed off, like, oh, they're trying to scam me. That could be something somebody can experience like in the next week or so that you can prevent them from going through. And especially,
Hmm.
let me know, have y'all ever had the police department call y'all and say that they're doing a oh my god they've been getting me for years. They call and say that they're doing a fundraiser for the police department.
Oh, they used to do that to my dad in New York when I used to go back and visit him. He used
Yeah,
to have like, but he used to also donate to like the police. it's a organization. However, there are people that do scam. So
Yes,
they
well,
scam the
this is how I
elderly.
knew.
They know.
Yes, he would call, and it sounds like the same. I think I probably heard from him last maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. He calls, and I don't know. People can sound like each other or whatever, but this was funny about this time. Usually, it's the same voice all these years, been the same voice. Everybody can't sound like each other, right? So he'll call and he'll say that he's the police department. Do I want to donate? And I'm like, no. And he'll be like, okay, you don't want to, you can't just give whatever. And I'll be like, no. And then I'll go back and forth because sometimes I play with the scam people on the phone too. I gotta admit. So I would keep going. So now this last time he called me, I just held the phone. I didn't say nothing. Do you know this man was responding as I was talking? I believe all these years that same voice that I was talking to was an automated system.
Yeah,
And he gets so
yeah.
mad if you say he'll say stuff like, "So you're saying that you want the police department to come and rescue you or save you from whatever, but you don't want to donate?" Like get mad.
Who
So
says that?
who
If
says
you
that?
know me
That's
or
what.
police, like who says that? You cannot scam me out my money. You can't force me to give you my
Yes.
money.
So I'm
So if you want to
thinking,
say that, I don't believe you.
yeah, I don't blame. I just hang up the phone. But like I've been getting that man with that. He has a very southern sounding voice. He's been calling me at probably like 18 years now. It's the same
Well, you
one.
need to block that number.
Yeah, I do. I know they call the black. Girl, I have black scam numbers all through my phone. Oh, okay. Wait, you gonna learn today? Hold on. She said, watch some of these scamming channels on here. There are plenty of channels dedicated to
Dedicated to taking down
down
scammers.
scammers.
Yeah, maybe we can. Yeah, that's a lot to talk about.
Really?
It's an electric company scam here going crazy. I'll explain on live. Okay.
It's a
Yikes.
like
Dang. Nobody want to do anything honest these
I'll
days.
explain on the live. Okay, you gonna learn today. You can learn today. I'm sure that we're gonna put out a flyer for the exact Saturday or Sunday. We're gonna do it at a time. So check back in the community wall so you can make sure because I want to hear that story. They'll call
Yes, and
from
make sure
another
you
number.
subscribe. I'm not sure if you subscribe, but yes, guys, everybody subscribe. I think it's about to time for me to go.
Okay. 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 And thanks to everybody who came into the chat. We really appreciate you. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And y'all have a really good day. We will see you guys this weekend talking
Yes,
about
thanks
get
for
your
coming
scams together,
in.
like Saret said, so we can share and prevent from being scammed with these crazy people that won't stop calling our phones because our phones are not
Right.
our own anymore. They took over
No.
our phones.
Our
Okay.
information is not our own.
Yes, you gonna today says she's subscribed. Thanks so much. Hey, Vicky Gail, we're
Thank
ending the live.
you.
Catch the replay. We're gonna try to recover the part one if we can,
Yes,
y'all.
we had a good part one.
Yes, we
So
had a good part one. So we're gonna try to recover that footage or whatever the video for that, and then I'll put that up if we can. Yeah,
yeah, in
you
the part
guys have a
one, we
great day.
talked about some of the things that Chicks in Chat has going on, some of the merchandise and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes, we
We're a
talked about our
growing
merch.
channel, so we want to start
Yes,
from the beginning to grow with
yes,
our subscribers.
yes. Got the shirts. So, I want to show you Tumblr real quick. We got our lip gloss
Uh,
again. We'll show that one more time. Yeah, my camera stay crazy foggy all the time. This is our lip gloss that we have, and Saret is showing the tumbler, and we have the different shirts. Saret has one for promo. It has our QR code on the back for people to subscribe. This is one of the shirts we have for the merch. Instead, we have a couple more that we'll be sharing with y'all. But y'all have a great day. Let's see. Have a wonderful day. Yes, and Vicky Gill, try to catch that replay. And we will see y'all later next time this weekend, Saturday or Sunday.
yes.
Watch that community wall, and you'll get the date and time that we'll be coming on.
All right. You guys have a great afternoon. Thanks for watching Chicks and Chat.
All right. See y'all later.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.